Hey Gemini, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your October general reading here. Before I get started, just a quick announcement. I am now over on Patreon, where I do extra content such as collective channeled messages and animal energy and advice and just a lot of fun extra content. So I would be honored if you would join me over on Patreon. All of that information is in the box below. Okay. Let's get into it. So your meditation, fascinating. I was immediately taken to the dead of winter, okay? To a very wintry landscape. And a lot of snow. Then I saw a snow globe in the middle of this snowy, it was nighttime, right? It felt Christmassy, honestly. I see this snow globe and I see you guys as the Gemini collective seeing cracks in the snow globe. And then having this intense feeling of relief when you realize you get a little closer to it and you touch the cracks and you see that it's just, external or extraneous dust or snowflakes. It just looked like cracks and you wipe it clean and you go, oh, thank goodness. And I felt this intense feeling of relief and release. And you going, okay, we're gonna open back up to the public now. And then I saw the scene change from like the middle of winter and your world existing within the context of this snow globe and opening it up and like summer arrived. It's very Narnia when it goes from winter to springtime actually, right? It felt like the message there was that perhaps in some ways your inner circle, your world, your bubble, right? What feels safe to you has been somewhat, and I don't mean small in a negative way, but very private, small, concentrated, right? It's almost been very deliberate and very VIP-esque, right? Where it's like whoever is let into this bubble or this aspect of me, this part of my world, right, is very private, and I'm very selective about who I let into it. And it's almost like this feeling of like, I can see this like bear paw sitting on top of this snow globe and just feeling protective over it. But it's like there's this medicine or memo around it that's like the more protective you are around it, though, it doesn't necessarily leave room for a lot of happy surprise or coincidence or happenstance or growth, really, right? Because think about a snow globe, right? It's safe in there, right? But it also just exists within itself. Nothing new happens within the snow globe. Nothing gets in or out. I feel like that's the message for you. There's this feeling of like, oh, I have a certain fear or mindset about what will happen if I let people in too close, if I change my circumstances, either my work circumstances, my home, my family, whatever is within your structure as it is now. It's like this fear around if I allow too many changes or too many external circumstances to come in and change it, I could lose what is so special to me within this snow globe. Like it's like not wanting to risk what is working no longer working by introducing new elements or switching it up. Even if within the snow globe there's room for improvement, you're like, no, I'm not willing. It's like Four of Pentacles in a way, where it's like I'm not willing to go one direction or the other because what I have is so sacred, which is a beautiful energy, Gemini, for you to care that much, right? About your friends, your family, your loved ones, your home, your children, whatever that is for you. But it's like almost, it's like I'm seeing that image of the hand with the sand. And it's like the more tightly you hold onto it, it'll slip through your fingers. But if you hold it with an open hand, it will remain. I feel like there's newness that wants to come your way, a happy change to your circumstances. And you're being asked to just take your hands off the steering wheel a bit and allow for change. Allow for this to come towards you. Something about that. Oh my God. Here we go. The gazelle and the hyena. That's what it is. The gazelle for me equates to that hypervigilance bordering on fear. Okay, so this is making sense with your meditation, right? If you think about it, the gazelle ears here, they're so big because of that biological imperative where they formed so that they can hear danger from really far off and they can redirect their course and run to safety, right? But it's this hypervigilance that I'm kind of was feeling with that bear paw on top of the snow globe, where it's like very protective, almost overly protective of what you have and where you are. Right? And then going this huge sense of relief going, if I just take my hand off the wheel, if I just step back and trust that everything that is mine will stay with me, then, oh my God, all the newness, and it's even better, it's an upgrade. It's like you're fearing some sort of downgrade when really it's an upgrade that wants to come to you, but it's like you're holding on to it so tightly that there's not much room to bring anything new in, interestingly enough. And it could be fear that is the main driver of that. Perhaps you've experienced, a lot of loss. So, hey, the year we've had. Perhaps you've experienced a lot of loss, or you've worked really hard to get where you are and have what you have. That any change is not welcome in terms of even if you perceive that there could be a risk to losing the ground that you have built thus far, or losing people that you love, or losing, right? It's like, I'm not even going to risk it. But no risk, no reward, right? Then you have the hyena here, which is so hilarious because you have the black and the white here, the shadow and the light. This to me is about taking your fear and being able to acknowledge your fear from a humorous perspective, which allows you to race forward. Because both of these also have an inherent energy of fast forward movement. I feel like this is sort of like, has anyone ever run a marathon or like a triathlon, or really a marathon, or like a, what are they called? The bike, we're on the bike, either way. If you've ever done a long distance race of any sort, there's always people on the sidelines with water, right? Or to give you a little like protein bar, whatever that is for you. It feels like this is a message around your higher self, or your team is trying to offer you something on the road, on your journey here, that is going to significantly aid you getting to where you're going more quickly, efficiently, and enjoyably so. So just take a moment and accept the help. Take a moment and take the risk that you may lose some time on the race if you stop to drink that water, stop to drink that Powerade, stop to eat that power bar. But in the end, it's actually going to allow you to speed up and go forward more efficiently because you took the time to receive the help, right? You took the risk, introducing something new on your journey that's going to allow you to get there more quickly, as opposed to going, nope, you're new, I'm not going to stop. See that? Okay. See what's going on for Gemini. Ooh. Going on for Gemini for October. All right. Yeah, there's this energy here of shadow energy, shadow side, really allowing to like look at your, allowing to look at your fears from a place of humor and acknowledgement. Something in that. Okay, I'm getting a Harry Potter thing. Do you remember in Harry Potter where, I can't remember like all the terms, but I can't remember the name of like the creature, but in the class where the werewolf teacher, I can't remember his name to save my life, Professor Lupin. And it's like they have their fear come out of the box, and then in order to diffuse the fear, they have to make it humorous. Do you remember that? And when he steps in front of Harry Potter, who like attracts the, can't remember the name of anything right now because I'm channeling, but like the Death Eater or whatever, it becomes the moon in front of him, and his worst fear was the moon because he's a werewolf. And that is change, right? Change. It's almost a fear of change. That's what I'm picking up on here. But the humor is the antidote. The humor is the tonic, right? Interesting. So you have the Hanged Man here, which makes all the sense in the world. The Hanged Man is a flip perspective. That's what you're being asked to do. Flip your perspective. Take a moment. Like, remember stopping on the side of the road to accept the water, the power bar, whatever have you? The Red Bull? Allowing yourself the time and the space and the quiet. It's okay if you have a lot to do. Risk that you may not get it all done in favor of flipping your perspective and rerouting your course in a way that's going to get you to where you want to go more efficiently and happily and smoothly. Take some time. Flip your perspective. Allow yourself to lose some time because you're going to gain more in the long run, right? Flip perspective, a timeout, a pause. Like Odin hanging from the world tree for 9 whole days. Now that's commitment to self-improvement, if you ask me. 5 of Wands. All right, Gemini. 5 of Wands. So traditionally speaking, first of all, the Wands rule the realm of the actions that we take, right? The 5 of Wands, 5 being the number of change. This is about a struggle. Now this can be internal. It can also be external struggle as well. Competing with others. But it really is this feeling of like that push and pull, right? That grind, right? I do feel like this is two things. I feel like on one hand, this is internal, but I feel like for some of you guys, this is an internal reaction to external given circumstances. I do. I feel like things externally are going on. This could be a work thing where it just feels like a struggle to get through. You're dealing with other people that you don't see eye to eye with or that don't really understand you. I'm hearing that some of you have to over-explain yourself, or like it's like, oh my God, do I have to say this again? I'm hearing a gaslighting where there's almost this fear of like, I know that this is how it is. This is what I meant. This is what I said. Why am I having to over-explain myself? That's really good information for you to take a diagnostic of how and why you attracted this Five of Wands to you and what you can do around it. What's the lesson in it so you can transmute it, give it a good giggle, and move forward, right? Something about this. There's a lesson in this for you. But I'm also, really drawn to these sprigs of new life coming from these wands in this earth, right? I do feel like there's an opportunity on the other side of this. That's what it feels like. Also, I'm hearing the Hanged Man too, because this is a major arcana, this also denotes destined and fated events. I feel like a simple, flip of the switch here is that, trusting and believing and recognizing that where you are, you're meant to be. The lessons, the struggles that you are going through at this point in time are on schedule. Okay? You didn't take a wrong turn somewhere. It's all on schedule. Oh my God, exactly. Four of Wands, 1111, happy home and family. Everything that you want is on the other side of your fear. Everything that you want is on the other side of your fear. This is my favorite minor arcana, by the way. I also love that this came out in a minor form as well, because this says that we are our choices, and you only get this if you make certain choices, right? You can opt out. You can choose to let this fear run you. You can choose to hold on so tightly and fight the change or fight any movement whatsoever, not accept help. Right? And then the Four of Wands isn't necessarily part of your narrative at this point in time. But if you are interested, if you are in the market for happy home, family, domestic bliss, and celebration, look at those shamrocks. Right? This is luck, wealth, prosperity, happiness. These red ribbons denote soul ties. Being with people this is a family structure. Being with people that you feel like you do not have to over-explain yourself with and around. They just get you. And they accept you exactly as you are. That is a counter energy, right? To the Five of Wands here. Everything that you want is on the other side of your fear. Okay? I should rephrase that. Everything that is in your highest and best good is on the other side of your fear. Okay. The Hanged Man. Wow, Gemini. Yeah. The Mage. Look at how gorge. So this is the Magician. This is the fact that this is coming with the Hanged Man. Do you see how he's chilling in front of this keyboard and he's like, what's that note? Drop that beat, right? What did I say about the Hanged Man? Taking the time to flip your perspective, taking the time out, willing to lose some time in order to gain it in the long run, right? No risk, no reward. The Magician is using all the tools at your disposal to manifest what you want, right? But I'm obsessed with how this is coming up, because this is not saying hold the fist tightly and hold on to what you have for dear life so you don't lose any of it. It's being willing to risk loss and knowing that whatever is yours will be yours. Whatever is truly yours, you cannot lose, right? This is beautiful, but this does denote a time of asking yourself to go inward, dig deep within your personal reserves and go, how did I get to where I am? And I may not know exactly how to get where I'm going, but I'm willing to invite change in. And the first change begins with you, flipping your perspective, being willing to see maybe aspects of yourself and past pain and trauma that got you to where you are, where you feel the need to hold on so tightly. The word that I'm thinking of here is control. Right? You're being asked to relinquish control and step into a place of your own empowerment where you're making choices. This is master of your own choices here, but it is not control. Okay? I'm also hearing being willing to be wrong, being willing to get it wrong. That's life. There's no safe bets. News at 9. There's no safe bets. Right? Five of Wands. Oh, the therapist, you don't say. Oh, God. I'm so obsessed with this deck. So this is the Queen of Cups, which is labeled the therapist, which I'm really, 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 really obsessed with. The fact that it's coming off of the Five of Wands here. Remember when I said that this is about that struggle, that feeling to have to over-explain yourself, the gaslighting? And then we have the therapist with the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups traditionally is the most psychic and intuitive queen because she allows her emotions to inform her, because the emotions are what fuel the intuition. So if your emotions are askew or not registered or recognized or healed or worked through or acknowledged, then your intuition can't work for you. That's just what it is, right? So I love that she's shown as the therapist here, right? Because the mark and the sign of a truly great therapist is someone who is able to balance their own emotions in order to receive the emotions of someone else and acknowledge what isn't theirs, what is the other person's, also coming from a place of experience and going, oh my gosh, yeah, I've been there, so I'm able to relate and help you, right? So I love that she's shown here as, you know, being an elder as well, which is really, really beautiful. But these are two counter energies. This is showing that this is the advice and the reaction that you're being asked to take with and for yourself. Be your own therapist or actually seek out. Remember when I said being willing to accept help from others on the side of the road, and then you had the therapist? Now, this can be a literal therapist, but this can also be friends or family or loved ones who are around you, who want to help you and who are very invested in you being happy and successful, right? There's something in that for you just as the sun comes out. I love that. But these are two counter energies. This is going inside to be your own counsel and getting in touch with what feels right for you. You may not know all the answers. You may not know what's coming next, but you know what feels good and what doesn't. Are you going to allow yourself to further partake in things that don't feel good? Out of what? Obligation or fear? Okay. Ooh, Gemini. Four of Wands. Oh, really? Oh, gosh. Okay. So you have the Two of Pentacles here and the Devil here. Hello, exercise ball. So traditionally, Two Pentacles is juggling and multitasking, right? Successfully, might I add. More than one thing at once, right? The Devil is about things that are in the 3D, right? But they're also restrictions, aspects of ourselves that are holding us back. Control being at the heart of this. And I love that both of these are speaking of the Four of Wands. This is directly saying what I already said, that everything that you truly want that is also in your highest and best good is on the other side of your fear. I feel like this is your fear personified. This is what's on the other side of this, right? Feeling overwhelmed, feeling like some indecision here, feeling like maybe you can't handle it all, like maybe you can't juggle as well as you wish you could, feeling like you're pulled in a lot of different directions and going, oh my God, I think I'm gonna drop one of these balls. Let the ball drop if it wants to drop. If the ball truly drops, then it wasn't your ball, honey, right? The Devil, these are constricting aspects of yourself. This is control, hanging on to that cigarette, right? That's what this is. It's also this energy of defeatist, like a defeatist energy here as well, which is like, why even try? Like it's not going to work out, or every time I try it, I end up coming against this. I'm hearing the spirit is being so cheeky and wonderful. This is saying this is at the heart of what wants to be examined via the Hangman position. This is what you're being asked to heal and identify and look at and transmute so you can get to this Four of Wands, because this has no room over here in the Four of Wands. In order to be in a happy home, family, partnership, work situation, all that good stuff, there's no room for this. Fear, control, addiction, right? Unhealthy patterns and mindsets, defeatist attitudes, Two of Pentacles, feeling the need to keep up with the Joneses and juggle and keep on going on this hamster wheel, while all the time going, are these even my balls that I'm juggling here in the air? Are these both of these pentacles even, see how one of them is bigger than the other? Right? I'm feeling like this is what it is, but this is what's at the forefront for you, and it just feels like it doesn't feel pleasant, right? It feels like you're worn a bit thin, and it's like, all over the place, right? Which a shadow side of the Gemini energy as well is feeling scattered and all over the place, right? Anxiety, right? This is what Gemini are known for in terms of their shadow energy, right? They're prone to anxiety, analysis paralysis, feeling like all over the place. And you're being shown here what is at the core of that for this collective energy that I'm tapping into, and what, by identifying and getting real with yourself about what that is and the root of all of this, where does this come from, in order to release yourself from it and land right in the Four of Wands territory. There's also going to be signs and symbols with this 1111 that are here for you as well along the way. Keep your eyes open around that, okay? I'm hearing specifically songs, okay? Woo! Let's get an oracle for you guys. What am I feeling? What is the oracle I feel? Feeling this one. Feeling the vintage. Let's do it. Okay, stop. New beginnings, are you serious? New beginnings? Is that not what I said is on the other side of your fears? Everything you want is in your highest and best good? New beginnings? Flying babies? You know, I also like here that it does show this baby, because that's about newness, right? But do you see how she's hanging on for dear life? And the baby's like, please let me be free. You are bending my back in a really uncomfortable way. Ow! Let me be free. What you desire that is in your highest and best good is on the other side of your need to control and your fear. Let go. Let go to receive. Let go to receive. Okay, Gemini? Woo! This is your October general reading. I so hope that this helped and resonated with you. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I love and live for reading your comments. And with that being said, just thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.